I start hearing about how faculty tell their students they're believers just overtly. They just say, I'm a Christ follower in class. And this to me was like astounding. I I I was sort of like, I
Wow.
thought that was objectively wrong. Like in my mind, it had felt like the wrong thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, I do a lot of advising with students. I sit with students in my office a lot. I run a pre-law advising program at Sac State. So students from across the campus, every major, tons and tons of interpersonal stuff. So in those meetings, I've always been willing to listen for cues and talk about the Lord if the opportunity presented itself. Like that's a setting where I never felt uncomfortable doing
Yeah.
that. But I never felt comfortable standing up in front of my class and being like, hey, I'm a Christian, blah, blah, blah. So my
Yeah.
new idea after all this stuff was to stand up and say, beginning of the semester, when I'm telling my like, hey, I went to law school here, I was an attorney, this is what I do, here's how long I've been here, blah, blah, blah. I do
Yeah.
my little spiel. I introduce myself and I say, my husband, Matt, and my husband, Matt, actually is an adjunct at Sac State too. So
Ah.
I always say, you might have the other Professor Kubitschek. He teaches the search and seizure class. You might, blah, blah, blah. We have 3 children.
Yeah.
We go to church at River City Christian. Our kids
Oh,
go
that's so
to
great.
school at Christian school. And so it's like my opportunity. And it's not a lot, but I'll say, we love serving our community. We live in Rancho Cordova. We go to River City Christian
Yeah.
Church in Rancho Cordova, and we love being a part of the community there. So I just kind of have this little, and that's it. I will tell you so often students will come up to me after class. I go to church. I go to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or they'll go, I go to River City. And I'm like, what
Yeah.
service do you go to? Oh, I go to
Yeah.
11:30, which we go to 11:30. So we actually go when a lot of the college kids go because they don't want to roll out of bed for early
Yeah.
service. So I'm like, well, I probably will see you at 11:30. And, it's very sweet. I feel like that was like a transformational shift in thinking. And so
Yeah.
when they know that about you, there's both a risk and a benefit. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm on the hook to engage with you in a way that honors the Lord, right? Because now I've told you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I've said I'm a Christ follower. I love Jesus.
Yeah.
Now the way that I manage this classroom, the way I email with you, my interaction with you is not going to be short.
Yeah.
It's not going to be irritable. It's going to be kind and generous. I'm going to do everything I can to demonstrate God's love for you because I value you all students as humans way
Yeah.
more than I care about whether you walked away understanding the law of homicide, right?
Yeah.
Like, yes, that is my call. I'm going to do that work well. I do it well. That's why I'm here. But that's not my highest purpose.
Yeah.
There is a higher purpose. And ultimately, that purpose is to love and care for you. And I don't think there's a person on my campus, Christian or non-Christian, who would say that's a bad thing to do.